Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Silly Point. Today, we're going to talk about an upcoming international series, England versus South Africa. They're going to kick off their series with the T20 series. It's unfortunate. I'm guessing our viewers might have heard that two South African players have contracted COVID, so they're in self-isolation. But hopefully, that doesn't have any impact on the series. England have gone there with a pretty good, with an almost first choice T20 squad, in my opinion. But, we'll come to that in a bit. So we'll discuss the starting 11s, we'll discuss the key players, and then we'll give you our predictions on the T20 series, which is starting on the 27th of November. I've got Zahid here with me. So Zahid, should we get into it? Do you have any opening thoughts on the series?
It's going to be an interesting series. Actually, just running down the list of the players of the South African squad, I think the 11 might be fine, but I think beyond that, there's a bit of an issue with depth, or at least recognizable names that at least we haven't seen in the international circuit. So it'll be interesting to see some of them if they get a chance, and because South Africa have historically, they do similar to what happened with Van der Dussen, who kind of came out of nowhere and started smashing 50s and 100s. So it'll be good to see how some of these newer players can take to international cricket. But apart from that, it's going to be a good series. England going with a pretty much full strength squad.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see what lies ahead. So should we just start off with England?
Let's start with England, because I think their selection is going to be, their starting 11 is going to be straightforward. Cool. So like we've mentioned before, England have gone in with a pretty much full strength squad. It seems impossible for anyone of these guys to miss out. So Johnny Bairstow, Jos Buttler, and Jason Roy, they have to be your top three. I don't know if you disagree. I mean, you can pick anyone to open out of these three, and then
in the Pakistan series, I think Roy was injured, right? So he couldn't stay. So it was pretty easy to go with Buttler and Bairstow. But I think they might open with the usual Bairstow and Roy, and then Buttler at 3.
Yeah, and that unfortunately, very very unfortunate, leaves no space for the number one ranked T20 batsman, David Malan. It's unfortunate, but it is the way things go, right? What can you do?
It is brutal, I think, especially the way the England squad is, and it's just we'll come to the names that are hard to follow, but it's just impossible to fit him in unless you drop Jason Roy. Maybe that's the only explanation, but then you can't drop Jason Roy, right?
So you can't. Yeah, you can't. You just can't. On form, on name, on reputation, whatever you want to call it.
Especially in South Africa.
Yeah, especially in South Africa. So
home conditions.
Fair enough. So unfortunate for David Malan. He might get a chance. Let's say England at 2-0 up, leading into the final one, which is a dead rubber. They might shuffle around. Maybe give Roy a rest and get Malan in.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 4, no doubt, Owen Morgan. Captain.
Yeah.
Talismanic middle order batsman. Number 5, welcome back to Ben Stokes.
Yeah, that's pretty much certain.
Straightforward.
Back into international cricket as well. So,
yeah.
Half decent IPL. So
yeah. Towards the back end. Even though he opened, apparently anyone, any English player can open.
Yeah, exactly. True.
Any English player can open. Next IPL, we'll see Owen Morgan opening the batting. Number 6, I think, in my opinion, straightforward, should be Sam Billings.
Yeah, I think he did pretty well in the Australia series, at least in the Ireland and the Australia series, he did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think he definitely deserves a spot. I think maybe he's the only questionable spot when you talk about Malan. But then they might need to really tinker the middle order a lot to fit Malan in.
True.
But I think they should go with Sam Billings again. Yeah, pretty straightforward for me.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, one radical school of thought. I say radical because Buttler has batted at the top of the order for such a long time and has had such a brilliant impact. But you could potentially, bat Buttler at 6 and then have Malan at 3.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with that. I think Buttler is best at the top of the order.
Yeah, I mean they need that, and plus with Morgan and Stokes to come later on, I don't think they really need that
Why do
firepower.
you, yeah, why do
Yeah,
you need Butler at 6?
yeah, exactly. Um,
Fair enough. Number 7, again, in my opinion, straightforward, Sam Curran.
yeah,
Even
we were talking about opening options for England. So thanks to Dhoni's CSK genius or whatever you want to call it, Sam Curran is also in contention for that opener spot. But I
I
think
don't think so.
number seven is fine for him. I think he will definitely start. He had a very decent IPL.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I think he will probably be in at 7.
7. Yeah, followed by Rashid is going to be is going to be
Spinner.
the only spinner. But I'd put Archer at 8 just for his six hitting ability
Yeah.
that he showed in the IPL. So Archer at 8, Rashid at 9.
So
Uh,
let's be clear. Moeen Ali will not start.
I am saying Moeen Ali will not start. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too. I think it's
yeah.
tough for him.
And then after Rashid at 9, I think you'll have two more pacers. So Chris Jordan,
Yeah,
who's their death over specialist, and
T20
Mark
special.
Wood.
Yeah, again, pretty straightforward.
Straightforward, right?
I mean, maybe they might want to go with Tom Curran maybe for Jordan because of his variations and stuff in T20, but they already have Sam Curran for that,
Yeah.
who kind of gives them that. So
England can
um,
only afford to play one current brother in the
yeah,
team. So Sam had a better IPL, so I would go
yeah,
with Sam.
because initially I think in the English summer series they had divided the white ball and the red ball squads, so that's why
Yeah,
Tom Curran got a long run.
yeah,
But I think when they have to pick, the full pool of players, I think they'll go with Sam Curran, especially given his current form with both bat and ball.
yeah. Agreed. Okay, so that was the
So
straightforward team to pick. Now we move on to South Africa, where only I mean, a couple of players are certain, but right at the top of the order, captain, keeper, Quinton de Kock,
yeah,
certainly
definitely.
open. And then his opening partner. Wow, I mean, looking at the squad, they've got a few options. I don't
Yeah.
know if Zayed, you have an opinion on who should open.
I don't know. I mean, Temba Bavuma apparently has been opening in the
He
T20
has,
format,
he
but
has. So you've got Temba, who's an option. You've got Faf, who's also an option, but I
yeah,
think Faf would be better off in the middle order.
yeah, I think Fab will be
Um,
middle order.
you've got Riza Hendricks.
Yeah,
You've got another young player in Janiman Malan.
yeah, I think
Um,
he might open because he got 100 in his first or second ODI, right? So
yeah, exactly. So I would actually go with De Kock and Janiman Malan to
yeah,
open the batting. Um, even though Temba might have been the incumbent opener, but I'm going to say that South Africa will change things up and go with
yeah,
Malan to open. Number 3, I think, should be Van der Dussen.
yeah.
And then number
And
4
then
is Faf.
four Faf. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
have had the other way around, but yeah, I think
yeah.
that's
Faf at 3 and Van der Dussen at 4, followed by Miller at 5.
yeah,
Now
mid at 5. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
agree.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
And then beyond that, it gets a little difficult to pick.
yeah,
Um, who do they go with numbers 6 and 7? They've got lots and lots of options. Um, so obviously one of them I think will be Andile Feflikwayo.
yeah.
I think he's probably going to bat at number 7
7. Yeah,
as the all rounder, as the bowling all rounder, if you'd like. And then at number 6, they've got a fair few options. So they can go with someone like Dwayne Pretorius, who
yeah,
is an all rounder. He's a decent bat, decent bowl. Or they can go with someone like John Smuts, who's actually an opening batsman, but he
yeah,
has also batted in the middle order and he bowls left arm.
yeah.
Or then they've got other options like George Linde, who's also slow left arm batsman and an slow left arm bowler
Bowler.
and an all
Yeah.
rounder. Or someone like Fortune, who's also a left arm bowler and a decent bat. So they've
Or
got a few options.
Klassen.
You could go with Klassen as well.
Yeah, the big
Michael
hitter. But
Klassen.
he just as a pure batsman, given that QDK will keep anyway.
Yeah. I mean, so many options. They've also got Kyle Vereen, who's a young wicketkeeper as well. He can also bat at 6. But my opinion is always to go in with 6 options. So I
Yeah,
would say that it has to be, I guess, one between Dwayne Pretorius, given that he plays regularly for South Africa, or
yeah.
then someone like John Smarts, who's
Right.
played a few games spread across a few years, but I think he deserves a go.
Yeah, I would have actually thought Clark Carson might be the one, but Smarts haven't seen much of him, but I think he might be an interesting option. I think Pretorius. I think number 6 is too soon for him. No, he's
Too high. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe Smarts then
too high.
at 6.
Yeah,
To give them that. I mean, Smarts is an opening batsman, so he can easily
yeah,
adjust to batting in the middle order. So yeah, John Smarts at 6 and
yeah,
Faflick at 7. Um, and then you've got you need your 4 bowlers, which I think in my opinion are pretty straightforward, right? So
yeah,
your spinner is going to be Tabraiz Shamsi.
yeah.
Yeah. And 2 of your fast bowlers, just that's
Rabada
straightforward,
and
right?
Delhi
Rabada,
Capitals.
Nokia. Rabada, Nokia,
Yeah,
the Delhi Capitals pair. And then for the third seamer, again, lots of options. You got
yeah,
Lungi and Didi, who didn't have a very good IPL.
yeah,
He had a horrible IPL actually. And then you've got someone like Junior Dala,
yeah.
who's played a few games for South Africa. You've got Buron Hendricks, who gives you the
Hendricks.
left
Yeah.
arm, angle. So I have a few options there.
I think they'll go with Hendricks because he's also known for his pace.
Yeah,
He's also a left arm option.
yeah.
So I think he
Agreed.
might be. I think they'll probably start with him. Or again, we discussed Pretorius. Maybe he might come in as a lower order at number 8 as a batting
Yeah,
option as well.
maybe. But I'd be inclined to go with
There's no
Hendricks.
Chris Morris, by the way. I just realized.
No Chris Morris, no.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. Which is weird. He had a very good IPL, but
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, they also have Lutho Simpala, who's 22 years of age, and they've also got another medium pacer by the name of Glenton Sturman, who's 28 years. So some new, new names in there.
Lots
but
of new names. Yeah.
Lots of new names. But yeah, I think Hendricks seems like a good option. So for South Africa, we're going with Quinton de Kock to open with Janeman Malan, Faf at number 3. Van der Dussen at number 4, Miller at 5, John Smuts at 6, Fafle Kwayo at 7, Rabada at 8, Nokia at 9, Buron Hendricks at 10, and Shamsi at 11.
The magician.
The magician.
Looking forward to his magician celebrations.
The magician, or the using his shoe as a phone.
As a phone.
Yeah, you could call him what you want to. Fair enough. So those are the starting 11s. Players to watch out for. Zahir?
So the key players for me, I don't want to go through the straightforward route of QDK or Butler or the easy pick. So Van der Dussen for South Africa, I think it'll be good to see him. He's been in very good ODI wide ball form. So looking forward to seeing him. And then from England, Adil Rashid. I think he hit and miss, but more hit in G's opinion and more miss in my opinion. But yeah, it'll be good to see him, see how he evolves.
Fair enough. So for me, it's going to be Andrik Nokia for South Africa. Just fire, man. That guy's fire. If you look at the top 20 fastest balls bowled in the IPL, I think 15 are by Nokia. So he's certainly up there. And another one, David Miller, who's had the complete opposite IPL of Nokia. He played one game and got run out of the first ball. So I'm banking on Miller to come good. And with England, Rashid is a good shout, especially against South Africa. I think he's a good shout. And then I'm also going to go with Besto. I think Besto might be fuming a little bit after being dropped from Hyderabad's from Sunrisers Hyderabad's team. So yeah, whenever anything like that happens with Besto, he just comes back roaring. So yeah, those are the two key players to watch out for. Predictions then?
England very strong. I think the fact that we had to do a lot more research to find the South African come up with the South African starting 11 kind of makes it easier. I think England. I can't even see. I see England winning 3-0 actually. If I really stick my neck out there.
Yeah, I was going to say that England all the way. There's no way that England are going to lose the series. It might be 2-1, might be 3-0. I'm only giving one game to South Africa because of the form QDK is in.
Yeah.
Because of the form Faf is in as well from the IPL, and obviously they've got, they really have got brilliant bowlers to take advantage of as well. So I'm giving one game to South Africa.
Yeah. Okay, 2-1 England, 3-0 England.
2-1 to England. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that show. Do let us know in the comments if you think some other players might start, especially for South Africa, because they've got such a huge squad. And we haven't heard some of these players' names before. They haven't played much international cricket, so do let us know, and let us know if you've got our predictions right. Thank you for watching, and as always, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank
Thank
you.
you.